Braun segment, though, involving Cody Rhodes. Of course, then you introduce Drew McIntyre. It goes on like this: Jacob Fatu, then Tamatanga, and they're going over matches. Not one decision made, not one punch, and then there's just like a lot more of bloodline infighting. I mean, I hate to just dismiss like the first 20 minutes of the show as just that, but
Right.
we've seen it, and that's all it really was at that point.
Is that how the bloodline's going to be from now on? Whoever the lead dog is, once they lose, they basically get pushed to the side, and the next person comes up.
They might do that. I just think I think the Samoans backstage have their own plans. Like I said, a lot of these things they were probably working out these scripts since they were four. But then again, when you have the forces of well, that would be Triple H backstage and stuff too, pushing different angles, or okay, put this in there. It gets a little convoluted, is what I'm thinking.
Right.
But um, who? Yeah, this is why we still like wrestling. This is what we're here for. Some of these other matches, I don't care. All these other segments, forget about it. Damian Priest against Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu. Uh, um, this was as the hard hitting of a slobber knocker as we would have expected to be from these three.
Right.
Um,
I was going for Fatu. I would love to see
Pri-
Fatu in Elimination Chamber, but it's they. I guess they wanted Priest
and
to.
they're underutilizing Braun Strowman as usual.
Hmm.
But around there, yeah, Priest took a nap after Strowman chokeslammed him to a table, so get the breathe that way, get ready for a strong finish.
Right.
But all in all, at the end, Priest nailed Strowman with South of Heaven as on the outside, Cody Rhodes, Crossroads, Sikoa on the concrete.
Yeah, but
Um,
the biggest thing out of the match was even Priest winning. The biggest thing was Solo Sokoa accidentally hitting Tonga. Fatu thought Solo purposely did it, and now that's causing it. Like with the whole
Worse,
bloodline thing, like
more
it's
infighting, yeah.
is it fractured or is it not fractured? Like I don't understand the whole point of this. You don't have Solo show up for like a long time. He showed up supposedly last week, which I didn't even know because I can't freaking see anything on the phone from anybody saying Solo Sikoa showed up and interfered with Cody Rhodes' match. But it's so Solo Sikoa being pushed out. Is there no more bloodline now? So then what is like because that was the whole point was to just disband the bloodline and have everyone just for themselves.
That's what that could. That's the thing, though. That could be Simone's ideas versus Triple H's idea, and what they're trying to do, and that's what I think they're. I think Triple H is kind of actively trying to do is splinter them off, so they're just a part of the WWE
And you
instead of
can still do that, and you can still
Bloodline versus
have
WWE.
the bloodline there, like be the bloodline united under one, and have each other going for the belts. Like you had when the original bloodline, you had the tag team and the championships. You didn't have
Yep.
anyone to really go for the Intercontinental or United States. Now you have Solo, you got Fatu, you got Tanga, you got Roman whenever he wants to show up. You have the Usos. One is on Raw, the other one's on SmackDown. Like you have opportunity of getting belts and you unifying the bloodline and showing this giant faction that's taking control of WWE. But they're not even doing that. It's like
No.
if Roman Reigns comes back and goes, "Oh, I'm the number one," no, you're not, because Bloodline's not even there anymore. So you're not even the original. Like the OTC is no longer existent now because they're kind of pushing the Bloodline thing to the side.
Yeah.
So unless The Rock is going to come in and be the High Chief and unify the Bloodline, maybe that's the plan for Jimmy Uso basically beating Gunther. You know,
Well,
I don't know.
speaking of which, getting into this though, more and more, I'm who's going to be the last spot in the Elimination Chamber? We're looking at Damian
Well, it's
Priest.
Baylor versus Rollins. So I'm guessing if
That's
if
what.
they're done with Seth Rollins, it's probably going to be Baylor because they need Judgment Day to be in something. I don't know. Like it can go either way.
Right.
I don't think Rollins is winning either way. I don't think Baylor's winning, but it could be another feud for them. Maybe AJ Styles joins the Judgment Day, but Judgment Day's on SmackDown. Like I'm confused. Is Judgment Day on SmackDown or is Judgment Day on Raw?
That's more SmackDown.
So is there even SmackDown Raw anymore? Because people are just blah blah blah.
I don't know. I don't think but that's always been the case. Usually for top guys, though.
Right.
Boy, if you got like a champ or something like that, would show up on the other show now and then, things like that. But there's been a lot of shifting and things like that. For example, Bailey's like triple duty. Every show that we talked about tonight, they had three separate recordings, and it's like
Right.
But
And so you can start the whole feud again with Baylor versus Rollins. Because Baylor keeps telling Dirty Dom and Liv and all of them to leave AJ Styles alone.
right.
So I don't know what's going on there. And they want to bring in another person, which I forgot the rumor was that.
I forget too, but more on the lines was the storyline. I think that's what they might be stalling for, perhaps.
So who's joining the Judgment Day?
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in on that one. Who else is going to, or
this elimination match? I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't know who's going to win. The others, you kind of could have figured out. It was either Priest or Fatu, but you knew it wasn't going to be Strowman. You knew Logan Paul was going to win. We knew CM Punk was going to win. We knew Drew McIntyre was going to win. John Cena didn't even have to touch anybody, and he's in. But between Seth and Baylor, I have no idea.
Then,
it can go either way.
Well, I'm just thinking of like Seth Rollins. Like he doesn't. I don't say need go for the title or what have you, but he could be main event of WrestleMania just being Seth freaking Rollins. So so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But yeah, I think it would definitely be Finn Balor. If anything, like I said, I don't see him winning the Chamber either. But same thing with the Royal Rumble. It's like you got 30 assholes, each one pinning for themselves. If I was even in the WWE, if I was doing the interview, I'm supposed to be doing a promo. I don't know. I'm probably gonna come up about like 12 or 13. They'll last about half an hour, then get cheap shotted with something else going on. And that would basically how it would work myself out of the match. It's just. But anyway, Naomi. What's that?
What do you think is winning, Baylor or Rollins?
Baylor.
All right. They should have him as a demon and just put smoke in the container until it opens up.
But that's the thing, though. When you're getting back into old school, smoke and mirrors. When I say old school, I mean the '90s. But yeah, when you get into smoke and mirrors, they need some more Wyatt Six stuff, more of it to do it.
That's what I'm hoping. But to get into that, since we're now going into the next Elimination Chamber match, but before we do that, well, yeah, let's talk about the next Elimination Chamber. So there was another match, women's.
Yep, Naomi beat Chelsea Green. Nice
Did people really think Chelsea Green's going to win? how would she have the United States Championship belt?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's like giving our truth a belt. Like it's like there's a push, but there's no push.
right. Well,
Like
that's. Do you think you think it's more of a like a push or like a push into an audience that's just not she's not getting over. I mean,
it's just they don't use her right. They use her like I don't understand what they're fully doing with Chelsea Green. Like you give her the belt, with Lyra Valkyria, she got the belt. She's having big matches. Chelsea Green gets the belt, and she's like an afterthought.
right,
It's more like is Piper Niven going to come and save her? She's fighting people and then just winning stupidly, but not really getting a big push. She's not really fighting any major person, but that's what tends to happen with certain belts. Like they don't really push it as much. So I don't know. Like you have a huge division of women's wrestlers, and they're like not really doing much with it. I know right now it's the Elimination Chamber and everything's all about the road to WrestleMania, but Intercontinental and United States Women's needs to be battled and used. Is she going to have a match at the Elimination Chamber or not really now because there was nothing going on? Hopefully next month they do something with it, but I just feel like they're wasting her talent and they're not doing anything real with her. Like she wins and she's shocked because she either gets like a reverse pinfall and wins by 3 count, or there was a disqualification or an interference, and she somehow wins. But it's just not. She's not like the main focus for the belt, and it's just like I like her, like I like her gimmick, but I just feel like it's being wasted
especially right
by
now.
WWE, not because she has the belt.
No, that especially that's just it.
Like if you have the belt, you should be seen as a next person to move up through the ranks, but I just don't see that with her. Not
No,
not the matches she's having.
I they might be seeing that as well. That could be
It's the gimmick they give her. Like you give her the belt, okay, change the gimmick. Make her like not this goofy girl who's, all about, I want to say the glow, but it's not I can't say Naomi's thing, but it's all about her looking pretty.
right,
Selena Vega was like pushed to the side and she's great talent. But,
right.
they have certain ones, it's always about Belair. It's always about Bianca. Bianca Belair. It's always about Bailey. It's
We have no idea
Charlotte.
what's going. We have no idea what's going on backstage, though. It's like we've seen that with a lot of wrestlers where they're we've seen a lot of either underutilization or poor utilization of a lot of our favorite mid carders that should be main eventers and such, but
Yeah.
they bobble something, and where that disconnect is, who knows? Maybe well, not that they blew up tapings, but they could. Who knows? They could snap or
Well,
something.
speaking of backstage, they supposedly showed a video clip of Cargo being taken away in an ambulance. Naomi standing at the ambulance. I didn't see Belair anywhere. But then they showed two people off to the side, like Liv and Raquel, kind of laughing and walking in opposite direction. So they're kind of misdirecting all of that. But yet the video was supposedly leaked by someone. I still think it's Belair. I think she's going to have a heel turn. Um, so I don't think she's going.
That's a tough one that's out there. That could be up to conjecture, but um, I concur. I don't see
So
that
I don't
happening.
think she's winning the Elimination Chamber. But we'll see what happens. As for staying with the women, do you want to go on to the women's championship match, or do you want to do a different one?
I'm going on to the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay.
Um, and that was kind of a decent tag match. The
with Pretty Deadly.
well, no, this was Los Garza, Angel and Bertha,
Oh,
and
Sami Zayn was at Raw, SmackDown. That's nice.
yep, the Guns won after hitting Skull and Bones. And they had a little. I don't think it was. Yeah, it was, no, it was in the ring. You know, the back and forth between the before the match. Nice little setup there. But in the end, LA Knight beat the Miz after. Well, he nailed his finisher, but he kind of put a cherry on the cake with this.
Oh, Los
Nice dive,
Garza. Pretty Deadly's
diving elbow.
next. That's right. Sorry.
Yep. And I was going to say that was last week. But what did go in here? I got several different things to go points through the show. Basically, KO and Zayn now. Like I said, these guys are best friends. They were in each other's weddings, everything like that. And so it's going to be a great match and two bloodbath that you've always been, working together through wrestling.
Right.
But they, I think I see nothing but like great, them doing great promos, like like all the way to WrestleMania. Just like, I'm injured, and now saying Zayn has nerve damage after KO beat him up and everything like that. So it's like they could sit back nursing injuries and heal fit for. WrestleMania. Like I said, I just see him doing promos and backstage crap for a while. Carmelo Hayes actually beat. That's the thing with I don't like Carmelo Hayes. I love R-Truth. Even though he's older, who cares? He's in better shape than a lot of these kids.
When did that
Putting up.
happen?
What's that?
Carmelo Hayes versus R-Truth. Oh, wow, that happened
Oh,
later on. Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say. No, Carmelo Hayes won nothing but net, and now getting into yeah. But the women's title got Tiffany Stratton against Nia Jax, and Stratton she kept the title after Candice LeRae attacked her in the ring. So it
Right.
was just like I hate when they squash it like that, but still better than I guess having actually working a 5-star match and having that as the finish. That's the thing.
Right.
When they have time to finish it, at least let the match be a stinker roof whenever you do that.
It was just to show the might of Nia Jax, and I guess to show Stratton. Not Stratton. What's her name? The one from Canada. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name.
Oh, Trish Stratus.
Trish Stratus come in and basically
Trish Stratus.
reincarnate herself as part of WWE again. So they're probably like a tag match next week or something. But big thing out of that was something that I said was going to happen, and that was Charlotte coming out and declaring herself fighting Tiffy.
But the way she did it was also kind of very heelish and very nasty. Just sinisterly sitting over her and just like,
Right, and she's just laying there like growling, and I'm like, really? Come on, like you couldn't just like get up and just sit in the corner or something. You had to like roll around on the floor like you had a tummy ache.
well, she's selling, but she just got through a match.
Yeah, he's
She got
selling it, but if it
beat
was a
up and
match, she
everything.
would have been up and at him in like 2 seconds. Like I don't understand like these people that oversell things. Like, at least put the chair on top of her and pin her down saying, "You are my opponent," and like fake hit her and stuff like that. Like do something. Like she's rolling around on the ground like she doesn't even know she's there. And I'm like,
That's it. Because yeah. If it's one thing, I mean, she got, I mean, beat up and everything, but still, it's like whether or not it's in the script, you got recovery time. But I mean, look at it this way. Have you ever seen wrestling in the '80s? Yeah, okay. The referee could be out there. If these guys are brawling on the outside, 1, 2, and meanwhile, it's like, okay, he's getting up to 10. These guys are still brawling on the outside. What do you do? he's up to 9. The people waiting for 10. Whoa! But of course, it's not in the script. Other times, just like ding, ding, ding. What's that double count out? What? It was like 3 seconds. What happened? You know
Right.
what I mean? It depends whether or not it's in the script. It's the way it's going to come out. I think.
I don't know. I think she oversold it. Like they could have done other things for Charlotte to come out and declare that she's wrestling her.
Yeah.
Like,
It's especially with the queen. You know.
yeah, if you're making the queen the bad guy now, she could have took the chair, put it on top of her, and say, "I am wrestling you for WrestleMania. You don't need to worry about anybody else but me." And then kind of left it at that. But no, she's sitting there,
Well,
"Come on, Tiffy time. It's time to wake up. Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time.
well, that's the thing. It was
I'm
not like she was
waiting."
knocked out cold. You know.
She
It's
wasn't
like
knocked out cold. She's rolling around on the floor, holding her stomach like she had a stomach ache. It's just do something. Like you're acting like she's not even there. Like she's there. Like it was just overselling it. I'm like, is she gonna get up and do anything? No, like she didn't even touch her.
right. Not at
And
all.
then she just says, "I'm wrestling you." Like she got tired of waiting for her. "I'm wrestling you at WrestleMania." Dropped the mic and walked out. Like I think something was supposed to happen and she didn't do it.
That could be a factor. Charlotte,
Because
seeing the
Charlotte
character,
was
but
just like, "I'm wrestling you." That's it.
yeah, it's just
And where was Trish Stratus? One hit by Nia, that was it. She's out.
well, Trish is proposing a match with uh, Tiffany Stratton at the Chamber, which would be a good match coming into things. So
Yeah,
I don't
so
know who Trish will probably be putting Stratton over, or they'll be setting up. Well, either way, they'll be setting up no matter what they do more for
I don't
WrestleMania.
think Trish is not there to push her over. Trish was there to help her, and I
Hmm.
guess keep the feud going with Nia and Candice LeRae. So now that Charlotte declares she's wrestling Tiffy, that leaves SmackDown. And the one thing I was afraid to happen was that Charlotte was actually going to do it, which means anybody from SmackDown is not winning Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
So basically,
I
now it's going
concur
to
again with
be
that one.
Liv Morgan, Bailey, and whoever wins between Perez and Raquel. So it's going
I
to be
don't see
another
either
Liv
one of those
Morgan,
two taking it either. That's going to involve. It,
right?
hmm.
And the great thing would have been is Alexa Bliss winning and bringing it to the Wyatt Six, but that's not happening now because the Wyatt Six is on SmackDown.
But I
Unless
still
unless they move them to Raw, back to Raw, because they haven't shown on SmackDown yet.
that would make me happy. um,
Because that would
yeah,
be like giving Alexa Bliss the belt and having her run the Wyatt Six will
what
help.
she should be looking to do anyway. Um,
Right.
and ooh, I, I love me some Alexa Bliss, and if she's going to be leading the White, like I said, that's the rumor mill, but we see that.
Yeah, like so that's what that's what I would like to see happen, but I don't know. It's probably gonna be freaking Nev again. And it's like, okay, I'm tired of
Mhm.
the whole feud between them. It's been going on for what, 2 years? And then it was kind of like somebody got injured, so that kind of got postponed a little bit, and then it got rekindled. So I don't know.
Anyway,
It's
pal, this is another. I was going to say with this another good show. I said break it up in 3 components. I like the way this is going too, and we'll catch everybody next week. Um, what am I doing? Yeah, no, that's